Badger volleyball is hot, and today they'll take on the Gators. Mary Wise and her Florida Gators have been regulars in the National Volleyball Semifinals in the 90s, and Nina Foster is trying to lead Florida back again. Foster hit .516 with 18 kills in a dominating quarterfinal win over Washington State. Bucky Badger has other ideas. Wisconsin at 30-2 is having its best season in school history, in part because of the play of sophomore Kelly Kennedy. And the Badgers hope to sing their victory song next at the National Semis in Spokane. From Wisconsin Fieldhouse, NCAA Productions presents the 1997 NCAA Division I Women's Volleyball Championship. Today's regional final match features Wisconsin taking on the Florida Gators. Wisconsin arrived here by virtue of a hard-fought, very emotional and physical 3-1 victory over Notre Dame. On the other hand, Florida got here with a dominating 3-zip victory over Washington State. And we welcome you, everyone. I'm Barry Milligan, along with Maria Barnes. Maria, obviously, Wisconsin in uncharted territory. In front of the huge crowd today, it offers unprecedented success, but with that comes big pressure.
I mean, that's right. They started the season at number 18, and here they sit at number 4. It's kind of a Cinderella story for Wisconsin. The question mark coming into the season was at the setter position, but they seem to be okay there with Niels. But the key for them tonight is establishing a great block, and Dodaro is the player to do that for them. She's number 5 nationally in blocks per game. She has great hops. She had 23 kills in the regional semis versus Notre Dame. And the most important thing for Wisconsin, establish that block early, slow down those big guns that Florida can have.
Now, Florida, obviously a veteran club. They've been to the national semis 3 of the last 5 years, but this year they're on the road taking on an underdog role.
Yeah, they've never been in this position, at least not for the last few years, and they're pretty happy about it. I mean, it's kind of nice to not be expected to win, says Coach Wise. Their key player tonight will be Nina Foster. She has put up huge numbers all year long, all career long. She ranks number 4 all-time in NCAA in kills with over 2,000. She'll hit bang from the back row. She'll bang outside. You'll see her hit the ball from everywhere. She's the key tonight. Wisconsin's got to slow her down if they want to come out on top.
It's Wisconsin and Florida with a national semifinal berth at stake. Coming up next on Fox Sports Net. NCAA production. championships. There's our host for today. It's Bucky Badger, as we are live from Madison, Wisconsin. Florida's lineup today. Outside hitters, Rodriguez, Mans, and Keene. Nina Foster, the middle blocker, Shade and Roach. Rounding out the Florida lineup. Mary Wise has brought Florida unprecedented success. Arguably the best women's coach in women's volleyball at the University of Florida. Countering today for the homestanding Badgers after a tough quarterfinal victory. It's Fitzgerald, Mackey, Lee. There's the All-American Heather Dodaro, Colleen Niels, who may be the most improved player, maybe in the entire Big Ten, at the center, and Lindsey Buswell. And there's your head coach, John Cook, in 6 years, 5 postseasons. Remember, they weren't even ranked by Volleyball Magazine in the preseason, and here they are, number 4, with a shot at a regional semifinal, or national semifinal. Wisconsin serving to begin the match.
We'll see a lot of that back row attack from Florida. They've already established it. First play of the game.
Is a kill and a point, Wisconsin. Big hit from Amy Lee, the 6-foot senior from Milwaukee.
She's a lefty. She started for Wisconsin for 4 years. She brings a lot of experience to this team. 18
kills in that quarterfinal win over Notre Dame. Set for Arimar Rodriguez. The double block was right there.
That is the most important thing for Wisconsin tonight. They have got to use their block defense, their biggest strength. They have held their opponents to a 130 hitting percentage, which is fabulous. It's below Penn State.
2-0 Wisconsin. Great dig from the back row by Buswell. Foster, and it's out. Make it 3-0 Wisconsin.
Florida's doing a nice job of getting it to all their hitters. Just 2 unsuccessful first swings.
A great start by Colleen Niels.
Look at that
that's
serve.
A terrific serve and an ace.
Oh, it was an inch. What a trajectory on that serve. Just a nosedive to the floor after crossing the plane of the net. Look how deep in the court she is, all the way to the edge of the hard court.
She had a career-high 6 aces against Notre Dame. John Cook said it's a pretty good serving team. We're seeing it early. Dig by Niels.
Well, Coach Wise is the first to admit her team is not that strong out of system, and as long as Wisconsin continues to serve well, they will take Florida out of system, and that's what we've seen so early in this match so far. Surprised to not see a timeout from Wise.
A 4-0 run for Wisconsin to begin the match. Florida will serve after the side out. It's Nina Foster. Passing error. Now Florida will have a shot. Shade,
nice.
Yep, with a dump.
The biggest difference in the setters across the country this year is how much more offensive they're expected to be. We see it from Misty May at Long Beach. We see it from Bremner at Penn State, and also from Shade at Florida.
The big lefty, Amy Lee, comes through again for Wisconsin. Side out Badgers.
She averages nearly 4 kills a game for Wisconsin. Hits over 270.
She was 2 blocks shy of a triple-double in the quarterfinals. Shade the set for Rodriguez. Oh, that's a great dig by Mackey. Rodriguez again.
She brings a lot of offense to Florida. She's just a natural talent. There's a great arm swing.
And Florida is a free swinging club,
yes.
That's for sure. Nikki Shade to serve for the Gators. They go middle.
Nice dig.
Yeah, Foster dug it out. Badgers now with an opportunity with a free ball. Dig from Keene. They're going to the big lefty, and Amy Lee is coming through. Lee's a 4-year starter, all Big Ten, and she's coming up big early.
Well, it's so important that Wisconsin pass the ball well because all their strength is in the middle. They've got to be able to, the middle and the right side, and Amy Lee.
Heather Dodaro serving, and Marissa Mackey with the put away at the net. 5-1 Wisconsin.
The biggest difference so far is the pressure that Wisconsin is putting on Florida with their tough serves.
Here's Dodaro, 2-time All Big Ten. Good
pretty.
pass from Rodriguez. Nice finish. Side out Florida. So the Gators, this is a real juxtaposition. Florida jumped out quickly in every single game against Washington State, but now Florida finds itself down 5-1. Boy, the back set to Amy Lee. She is huge here in game one. She will now serve. She had 628 kills back in '95. That is the single season record for Wisconsin volleyball. And there's an ace on the back line.
Wow, everything going the way of Wisconsin early.
Mary Wise over on the Gator bench saying, all right, calm down. And they are down 6-1. That's another ace. Rodriguez let it fly right by her.
That deep serve working really well.
Consecutive aces for Amy Lee, and it's 7-1 Wisconsin. Geraldine Hattendorf going to come in now and replace Nina Foster on the back row for the Gators. Mary Wise trying to slow down this momentum any way she can. Back set for Mans.
That didn't go.
Now, Colleen Niels tried the dump that we saw from Nikki Shade earlier. It went into the net, so side out Florida.
Smart to try that. You want to establish yourself as a hitter early if you can. Keep the block from cheating.
Heather Wright goes out. Clara Roach comes in to serve for Florida. Foster back in as well. There's the back set, and it's another good one. Kelly Kennedy, the 6'4" sophomore.
And yes, you heard it correctly, 6'4". She is the most improved player on this Wisconsin team. Russ Rose was telling me, I talked to him last night, and he said, I can't believe what a player she has become.
KK 17 and 14 against Notre Dame. Good dig from the backside by Dodaro. Now Florida tries to keep it alive. Mons again. It's dug out. Boy, they're making the Gators work for everything. Shade. He'll come from the back row. No, it'll be Mons instead. Now the Badgers with a chance. Oh, poor set. Poor set by Niels. Great rally, and Florida wins the side out.
That was a key play for Florida to end up with the ball after that long rally.
Now Jenny Mans, the 6' sophomore, serving for the Gators. With the dink, Roach. Now they'll have to go with a back set. And it's out. Boy, that's a tough break for Florida. Rodriguez just trying to keep it in play. Side out Badgers, 7-1. Kennedy serving for Wisconsin. Shade for Foster. Well, the middle block was right there, but it flies out. Side out Florida, and Jenny Keene will serve. Keene's a junior from Lodi, California. Great jumper, pretty good server. Left-handed block, double block. Thwarts Kate Fitzgerald, and it's point Florida.
That was well done by Shade. She really set that block nicely.
Fitzgerald really struggled against Notre Dame. Coach Jones looking for her to come back. That goes out off the touch, however. Yep. Off the touch, side out Badgers.
Wisconsin is passing very well. They're doing a nice job of just getting the ball up to the setter.
Serving now, Colleen Niels, the 5'9" junior from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. 71 assists for that young setter against Notre Dame. Tough set for Shade. They go middle, and right there with the dig is Niels. The lefty again comes through. Amy Lee's having a monster game.
Yes, but Wisconsin is playing fabulous defense. They have done their homework on Florida.
It's 8-2, Wisconsin all over Florida in game one. You're watching NCAA Productions coverage of the 1997 Division I Women's Volleyball Championship. Wisconsin Fieldhouse is loving this. Badgers over the Gators 8-2 in game one. Amy Lee is just having an unbelievable game one. Out of 8 points, Maria, Lee has 5 kills.
Yeah. Well, you know, one of the things Wisconsin's doing right now very, very well is they are playing very controlled defense. They're channeling the balls to their defenders. The block is doing a nice job.
11 digs for Wisconsin in this first game. Shade with the set for Foster. Nice dink. The set wasn't a great one. Foster did everything she could there, did the most that she could with what was not a great set. Roach out, Heather Wright back in for Florida as Nina Foster goes back to serve, the SEC Player of the Year. There's an ace. Marisa Mackey, the junior from Muncie, Indiana, could not control that serve. Point Florida, and it's 8-3. That serve, line drive and long. Service
It's a good effort
error.
though. You've got to go for it when you get to this level. Foster just really firing that serve.
Geraldine Hattendorf, the 5'11 freshman from St. Charles, Illinois, checks in for Florida on the back row, replacing Foster. Kate Fitzgerald serving for Wisconsin. Back set to Heather Wright. Oh, yeah.
Block was extremely late on that play. No one up. Heather Wright had her way.
Well, Heather Wright had 11 kills and hit .350 in the quarterfinal win over Washington State. Maybe her best match of the year.
Look at that. Even a fabulous short serve. And Wisconsin just pops the ball right up to their setter on that play.
It was almost like a replay of the point before, where Florida was very late getting the block set. Dodaro to serve for Wisconsin. Badgers serving very well early. Quick set and out. Boy, Kelly Kennedy was right there. The angle a little too tight, though. And now Ari Rodriguez, a 6'1 senior from Puerto Rico, will serve for the Gators.
There's a good look at Coach Cook.
Yeah, John Cook enjoying this so far. Back set, the block comes right back. Heather Wright and Jenny Keene combined for the block. Point Florida. That makes it 8-4. Gators have scored 3 straight.
Well, I said the only way they're going to beat this Wisconsin team is to outblock them. That's not an easy thing to do.
It's another service error for the Gators. Now Wisconsin takes over again. Amy Lee. All Big Ten performer comes up with an ace.
I'm so impressed with the way Wisconsin's serving the ball.
This is the 3rd ace for the Badgers.
Standing deep in the court, they've got a float serve hitting Florida really deep. It's been very effective.
We'll take a timeout. Wisconsin over Florida 9-4. You're watching NCAA Productions coverage of the 97 Division I Women's Volleyball National Championship.
So enthusiastic in her huddle, you know?
The Baby Badgers are out, enjoying a 9-4 Wisconsin lead over Florida. Now we're going to go right back to a Wisconsin serve. Amy Lee, the 6-foot senior, had a huge match against Notre Dame with another ace. Are you kidding me? That is the 4th ace for Lee.
And it is not as if Florida is passing poorly. I mean, those are tough serves. They are going over the net and just dropping. I have a great angle looking at the way the ball's coming over the net.
And now Sandra Rabosas is going to come in for Florida. Mary Wise pulling out all the stops here. There's a set for Keene.
Yeah, she usually doesn't sub much.
They call a double hit on Amy Lee off the hit by Keene, so side out Florida. Subs again. Rabusas goes out. Claire Roach comes in. Foster comes back in. So we have Mans, Keene, and Foster on the front line now for Florida. Those are the big guns. And the block is out. Off the hit by Kelly Kennedy, side out Wisconsin.
I'll tell you, it's tough to stop her when she slides wide. I mean, she is just so big, and she has long arms. Got a decent jump. She touches 10-2.
Marisa Mackey, the three-year starter. Another great serve results in the Fitzgerald kill.
So far, that's the story of this match. Wisconsin is serving bullets. Not only that, they're moving the ball around. They're using all different types of serve. They've really just taken Florida out of their system. Nice spin serve. It's like a screwball.
Oh, look at the effort to keep it alive by Colleen Niels.
Oh, that's a great effort.
Another great dig by Mackey. Shade with a back set for Mans. Big hit by the right-hander.
Little chicken wing dig there for Mans during that rally. Good reactions.
There's Jenny Mans. They think she may be one of the best right-side players in the country next year. She has really come on, having a good ending to her sophomore year.
There's a lot of control with the ball.
That hit by Kennedy goes long. Point Florida, but still the Gators in a big hole, trailing 11-5. And they haven't been able to put anything together, Marie, and that's where Florida is so dangerous when they're able to come on a run.
Oh!
And there's a two-point run. Good
I like the way Nikki Shade sets a block. She really lines up well on the hitter on the outside.
Allison Ross going to check into the Badger lineup, 6'1" sophomore from Solana Beach, California. Mans now serving. Florida has scored 2 straight, but still trails by 5. Good serve by Mans. There's Dodaro from the back row. Back set into the net for Mans. Side out Badgers.
Side out Wisconsin. Now serving Kelly Kennedy.
One of the things that Wisconsin's worked really hard on all week is defending that back row attack, because they haven't really seen much of it yet, but they anticipated playing Florida in this match. They've really worked on defending that. That is what made Florida so effective last night against Washington State, when they just crushed them. 15-10, 15-6, 15-8.
Check the athletic play by Foster. She can't get the swing on it.
That's what's so amazing about her. She plays so high above the net. Her contact point is so high.
Keene with an ace for Florida.
We've seen some great serving in this first game.
Unbelievable. 11-7. And now we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Timeout. Florida after the ace, trailing 11-7. I'm going to take you back now. Obviously, we have a great crowd here today for this semifinal championship, and we're going to take you back now. Halloween night, Wisconsin with the largest crowd in Badger history, taking on arch rival Penn State.
The biggest win ever in Wisconsin volleyball. They upset the undefeated Penn State. That was Penn State's only loss this season. And it was that win that has put Wisconsin as the #4 seed in this tournament. You know, they always have great crowds here at Wisconsin. They rank #3 nationally behind Hawaii and Nebraska, average over 3,000 fans per home game.
You know, Maria, the critics will tell you that's the only quality win for Wisconsin this year, but the way the Badgers have shown up today, it certainly doesn't appear that way.
Well, they beat Nebraska in 3 straight, too. That would be their other key win, but yeah, the Penn State win was the only huge one they've had this year.
They'll be right back here. The NCAA Women's Volleyball National Championships is a near sellout for this year, but next year it's right back here in Madison, Wisconsin at the brand new Kohl Center. Don't miss your chance to be there. For tickets, call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. Now Jenny Keene serving again for the Gators. Quick set, Keene with a nice dig. There's a net violation by Nina Foster, so side out Badgers. You know, one thing too, Maria, we haven't seen here, the Gators really were able to do great things with the back row attack. They have not done anything like that. Yeah. But Wisconsin has given them precious few opportunities to do anything. What a block by Amy Lee.
That was a beautiful block. She didn't go up that high. Just a nice, tight, close to the net. Look at this, the reach.
Wow. With
her right hand.
Point Wisconsin, the Badgers up 12-7.
That is really a beautiful block. She averages over a block a game. You can see why with that. Look, the middle blocker couldn't even get out there to help her. She saw, she knew she had to take the solo block. Great court awareness on that play.
Rodriguez has had some huge matches this year. She had 22 kills over Hawaii.
Yeah, and it's not as if Rodriguez is an easy player to block. You know, she's 6'1", she's got a great jump, beautiful arm swing.
Bucky Badger doing a little victory dance right now. It's 12-7 in game one. The Badgers in this central region, obviously as the host school, defeated Central Florida 3-0, then defeated Notre Dame in the quarterfinals 3-1.
It really doesn't benefit Wisconsin for this to be a long match because they expended a lot of emotion last night against Notre Dame, unlike Florida, who beat Washington State pretty handily, 15-10, 15-6, 15-8. Very easy win for them. I guess Washington State just had an off night.
They really did, and again, I mean, Florida never gave Washington State an opening, much like Wisconsin is shutting out the Gators, not allowing Florida to really get any kind of rhythm offensively.
But Florida has not laid down. They're still fighting.
Colleen Niels serving for the Badgers, set for Rodriguez. Oh, they go right back, and Ari comes through.
Dodaro and Leak tangled feet there under the net, almost fell, weren't able to get a block up. Can't give a naked net to Rodriguez, or you will get this. Look at this.
Oh, boy.
Pretty.
Nina Foster serving for Florida. Gators down 5. Heather Wright went for the block in the middle as Wisconsin went for the middle attack. No one there to help her out. Side out Badgers.
Wisconsin needs a good performance from their outside hitters. 2 sophomores did not have a great night last night. Look at that play by Shade.
Nikki Shade. We've said, you know, she is arguably one of the top 5 or 6 setters in the country.
Yes.
Great athletic ability there, out jousting Heather Dodaro.
It's all about timing on a play like that.
The middle attack works. There's the All-American.
She's very relaxed out there, and so is her team right now. I expected Wisconsin to be a lot tighter than they are.
As Dodaro with a season high 23 kills against Notre Dame. That serve is out.
You know, in talking with Coach Weiss before the match, she said if we were playing in neutral territory, we'd have the advantage. And I agree. They had a lot of momentum coming in after that win over Washington State. And she said if we were playing in Florida, we'd have the nod. She said, but here in Wisconsin, Wisconsin's got it. I mean, this is a great place to play a match if you're Wisconsin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not anybody else.
That's the second straight service error on the rotation by Rodriguez. Now a passing error for Florida, and the big hit by Mackey. Point Wisconsin. Here's one for the Mac Daddy, and it's 13-7 Badgers.
Oh,
boy,
wow.
Florida really struggling with its passing. Dodaro. Now Shea. They go the back set demands, and she comes through.
That was another chance for a point for Wisconsin. Should have converted on that play.
Heather Wright will serve, the freshman out of Martinsville, Indiana. Well, she was in a very difficult situation after the injury to Jenny Jones. Heather Wright has come on and played well, but Florida serving very poorly.
3 in a row.
Now serving Marissa Mackey.
Conversely, the Badger serve has been outstanding.
Serving's become such an important part of the game.
Allison Ross checks back in for Wisconsin. Marissa Mackey serving. Back set for Mans again, and it's out. And that takes us to game point. Wisconsin leading 14-7 over the Gators. The crowd comes to its feet at the Wisconsin Fieldhouse. Keene answers for the Gators.
It's a smart hit. You don't want to go through 6'4" Kelly Kennedy on the other side. You're much better trying to hit over Colleen Niels. And that's exactly what she did there. Smart play.
Jenny Mans for Florida. One of the top servers in the SEC. Gators with a block. It's Foster and Shade again.
Wisconsin's handled Mans' spin serve pretty easily so far.
14-8. Kelly Kennedy again.
Kelly Kennedy serving game point.
Wow. She came into the tournament hitting .377 for the season. That is far and away the best in the history of Wisconsin volleyball.
It's impressive.
Good dig from the back row. That could do it. All right, keeps it alive. Rodriguez. Now the Badgers with a chance. Foster off the block. Gators aren't dead yet.
So you want to go to, if you're Florida right now, Nina Foster. She's been here.
And they have not had opportunities very much here in the first game to go to her at all.
Well, you don't pass well, you can't set your middle.
That's right. Keen to serve for Florida. Allison Ross from the middle attack.
Niels is doing a nice job of setting the Wisconsin offense. She's getting all the hitters involved. The Florida block was really confused on that play.
Game point number 2, or 3 rather, for the Badgers, with Colleen Niels serving. A service ace, how appropriate. How appropriate that Florida cannot return the serve from Colleen Niels. It's a 15-8 Badger win in game 1. Wisconsin serving outstanding. 1-0 over Florida. You're watching NCAA Productions coverage of the 97 Division I Women's Volleyball National Championships. The Florida huddle trying to figure out how to solve the Badgers serving. Wisconsin over Florida 15-8 in game 1. And Maria Barnes, what outstanding serving for the Badgers.
That was Coach Cook's strategy coming in. He said we have to stress them with their serving. That's how we beat Penn State, and that's how we've won all our big matches this year. Amy Lee certainly just on fire with her serve. Nice deep float serve, great trajectory. She had 4 of the 5 Wisconsin aces in that first game. 5 aces, 1 error. Every coach in the country would love to see their team serving like that. Unfortunately for Florida, the statistics not quite as good. 2 aces and 4 serving errors. It seemed like more than that, though, didn't it? I guess because it came in bunches.
Exactly right. Wisconsin hit just 171 as opposed to 211 for Florida in game 2.
That just goes to show you how important the serving was. I mean,
exactly.
Florida out-hit Wisconsin. Wisconsin came out on top. You know, you get 5 quick points.
It They're better than 6,000 strong here, too. That has to be a huge advantage in terms of confidence now for this Wisconsin team.
You know, and Coach Wise was saying in that match that Wisconsin played in the semis against Notre Dame that Wisconsin was starting to hang their heads and this crowd would not let them. And you saw Wisconsin did get in a little lull there in the middle of the first game. And I believe that this crowd has helped them kind of push through that and close the door. There are 2 sophomores on this Wisconsin team. It's easy for them to not be able to finish. They have had that problem a little bit this year, but not in that first game. They did a nice job of closing the door.
There you see Ginny Mans for the Florida Gators, who will serve to begin game 2. Florida has not found itself behind very often this season.
That's true. I mean, Florida outblocked Wisconsin 5-2. They out-hit them. The big difference there, of course, was the serving.
Middle attack, it's long. First point of game 2 goes to the orange and blue.
The score is 1-0.
Mans will serve, and you have to wonder, we talked about the pressure at the top of the broadcast, but at some point the pressure of performing becomes confidence when you're able to do things like that.
Side out.
Kate Fitzgerald.
Now serving.
And we talked about it. John Cook said he was disappointed with his sophomores. The outside hitters did not perform well in the quarterfinals.
Hit negative. Semi against Notre Dame.
That's right. Shade, yeah, and Nikki Shade has been handcuffed, frankly, because Florida has not passed the ball well.
No, they have not. But if there's any setter that can pull the ball out of the net and put up a nice set, it's Shade. She does a really good job at that.
No point. Wisconsin evens it up at 1-all. Here's Keene. Nice dig by Buswell. Mans for the Gators digs it out. Confusion now for Florida. Badgers with a free ball. They go back set. That's a great pass.
Their passing is just right on the money.
Outstanding. Another kill for Amy Lee. And it's point Wisconsin.
A well-coached team.
John Cook has certainly been around. He coached on the men's team for the '92 Olympics, was an assistant coach there, so he is obviously well-traveled and very well-versed in volleyball coaching.
I coached with him 10 years ago at the San Diego Volleyball Club when he was a high school coach at St. Francis Parker High School.
Now serving.
Kind of when his coaching career started.
What a record he had there, too. He only lost like 18 matches the entire time he was there. It was unbelievable. Wisconsin again.
And it was a teeny private school. So not a lot of talent.
Kate Fitzgerald. She is showing up big time. She's been suffering from some tendonitis in that left shoulder, but boy, it doesn't look that way today.
She kind of splits time with Allison Ross.
Off the block, out of bounds. Foster getting involved for one of the few times in this match. We have just called her name so infrequently.
It's because of the pressure Wisconsin's been able to put on Florida with their serving. Florida just hasn't passed well enough so that Shade can get the ball to Foster.
Side out, Wisconsin.
Another service error for Florida. Now Kelly Kennedy, the 6'4" sophomore, comes in on the front row, replacing Lindsey Buswell. The defensive specialist. Bubba goes over to the bench. Dodaro, good serve again. Off the block. The double block was right there on Heather Wright. Point Wisconsin. With Maria Barnes, I'm Barry Milligan as we welcome you to the Wisconsin Fieldhouse for the Central Region Final. Wisconsin and Florida. Badgers winners in Game 1 and leading here 3-1 in Game 2. More poor passing for the Gators. Kennedy goes over with it. The set for Rodriguez, and the dink works.
Side out.
Rodriguez, very crafty, natural player.
Rodriguez, with all the talent on this team, Ari Rodriguez may have been the most consistent player this year.
Yeah.
You see Jennifer Sanchez getting some action. The sophomore from San Antonio checks in. There's Heather Wright with a middle block on Kennedy. Point Gators.
Big solo block. Quick reactions by Wright. She has great foot speed.
Sanchez, the heir apparent to Nikki Shade as the setter on this Gator club. She's going to get some time here. Shade has been struggling. Rodriguez goes over with it down the line, and it's out. Side out
See
Badgers.
Arimar Rodriguez make a play like that, you know something's wrong with Florida. She has great ball control. Usually so consistent.
Amy Lee to serve for Wisconsin. Badgers up 3-2. Another good deep serve. Rodriguez just gets it inside the antenna. Kennedy. Here's Sanchez with the back set. The block is there again. Boy, how prophetic John Cook has been, saying we have to be first with the block, and Wisconsin has owned it.
And they got switched up there. Colleen Niels actually was inside blocking here. Playing the middle blocking role, the 5'9" setter. And she comes up with the block. I wonder they were laughing out there.
Unbelievable. Amy Lee to serve. Lee with 4 aces in the match already. Mance with a big swing.
No block up.
Side out Florida. Gators now looking for some offensive momentum here, trailing 4-2 in game 2. Rodriguez to serve. Again, that's a terrific pass. Gators with an opportunity. Quick set for Wright, and it's point Florida.
I'm sure that Coach Wise is not all that unhappy, because you know what, her team has not played well, and yet they're still in this match.
That's exactly right. With that point, trailing 4-3. With the dump, good play, Niels.
You know, the big question mark for Wisconsin this year, and the reason they were unranked in Volleyball Magazine, was because they'd lost their All-American setter, Laura Avenatti. And the Niels was a question mark, but you talk to every coach in the Big Ten, and they are all so impressed with Colleen Niels. Very crafty, a lot of confidence.
Yeah, and she's had one of the top 5 single seasons in Wisconsin history. And again, the middle block, Ross and Kennedy combining for the stuff. It's point Badgers.
That's a big block. Ross at 6'1", Kennedy at 6'4".
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to have to hit through that.
Mackey serving again for the Badgers. Set for Keene, right on the line.
Well done. She split the block there. Saw the seam.
Well, Jenny Keene, only 5'11", but her approach jump is what is so impressive.
Yeah, she's got some nice hops.
Claire Roach, the senior from Clearwater, serving for Florida. Off the block, out of bounds again, Kelly Kennedy.
Smart. She didn't try to go through Foster. Instead, she went off the smaller blocker's hands outside.
KK had double-figure matches 20 times this season in kills. Having a big one today. Set for Shade, the middle attack by Mans. Boy, that probably would have been out, but Wisconsin keeps it alive anyway. Set again for Keene with the dink, yeah!
That play's gone down all night. Every time they've done the short dink over the block, out on Wisconsin's right side, the ball's gone down.
And now, Maria, are they trying to loosen up the block a little bit? Florida's such a free-swinging team. So Wisconsin, now, are they going to have to back off that a little bit to protect the dink?
Well, I mean, no, it's a matter of, you know, your block's going to take care of the hit, and you just got to, you've got to be deep and be prepared to move forward. And because Florida does bang the ball, it's easy to get kind of dug in on defense.
Florida off the double block, pulls to within 1 again. Oh, there's the quick set for Nina Foster.
And if Florida passes the ball, that's what they can do. Major damage. They beat the block here. Look how quick this play.
Gators,
1 block up, and it was late.
Gators have battled back to tie this game at 2, or at 5 rather. Game 2, and a double hit called on Marissa Mackey. Double hit call, so Florida takes the lead. Verna Klubnikin, our referee, up today calling that one. Dodaro not able to get anything on that. There is off the block, out of bounds.
Crowd booing that
Well, they
play.
wanted to carry on Foster, I think. Gators have taken a 7-5 lead here in game 2. They trailed 4-1. Back set. Oh, that's a great dig by Mans. Here's the back set for Dodaro. Right down the line. Side out Wisconsin.
We said before this match started it could go 5. These are 2 evenly matched
it's looking
teams.
like it, isn't it?
And the thing is both teams have strength through the middle.
Every other regional final has been in 3. This one doesn't look to be that way. Double hit called on Nikki Shade. Point, Wisconsin.
That's right. Long Beach, Stanford, and Penn State all won 3-0 to head to the national championships.
You know, with the field having expanded this year too, Maria, you thought it might be different down the stretch, but boy, the cream has really come to the top in all these finals.
The committee did an amazing job of putting this tournament together. It was not easy.
Now, a yellow card has been given, I believe, to Jenny Keene. Mary Wise coming over and having a word with Verna Kablinkin. That's the kind of word Florida wants. Foster. That's word down. Another kill for Foster. Side out Gators. Here you see Mary Wise. SEC title in her first year at Florida. National Coach of the Year in year 2.
No woman has ever coached a team in the national championship match.
Boy, there you see again. Nikki Shade out-jousts Amy Lee. Point Florida, and we'll take the break. It's 8-6 Gators in game 2. You're watching NCAA Productions coverage of the 97 Division I Women's Volleyball National Championship. We'll be right back. Ranked 3rd in the nation in home attendance for 4 years in a row, Maria, but we've got some Gators on the road up here in Wisconsin.
Mary Wise's 2 brothers are here, too.
That's right. Cheering on Nina Foster. Started her career at Alabama, was freshman of the year in the SEC, has moved over to Florida partly because of Mary Wise and what the Gator program has become in the last few years. Now Mans gets it over. Badgers with a free ball. Dodaro makes them pay.
Nice high-speed play there by Dodaro. Expect heat from her.
Now Wisconsin trailing 8-6 here in game 2, but with a 1-game-to-none lead. Another poor pass for Florida results in a point, Wisconsin. That makes it 8-7 Gators. Allison Ross serving again, and again another poor pass.
And you know, Barry, this is where you're seeing the home court advantage. Wisconsin is used to serving in this gym, and they're used to passing in this gym. And that really can, you know, you're used to the lights and in the whole environment, and I really think that's helped Wisconsin in this match.
Another service winner, and we are tied. It's 8-all in game 2. More NCAA Division I women's volleyball after this. With Maria Barnes and Bucky Badger, I'm Barry Milligan at the Wisconsin Fieldhouse. It has been all Wisconsin in game one, and now Kelly Kennedy, who has played so well for Wisconsin here in this match, but her services were in a much different way in the preseason.
That's right. This team made a trip to Russia in the middle of June, 2 weeks there, and played against a lot of tough competition, and all the players kept journals about their experience, got a couple of credits from in their classes of independent study for the trip. And Kelly Kennedy, who studied 7 years of Russian, was the interpreter on that trip.
Another kill for Amy Lee. Wisconsin has responded with 3 straight points. 9-8 lead. There's the back row attack. But look at the hustle and defense by the Badgers. Shade, quick set, bang, Foster. This is what we talked about earlier, Maria. The back row attack from Florida.
They used it so much in the semifinal match against Washington State.
Now here's Foster. After that kill, she's nearing the 2,200 kill mark for her career. Top 5 in NCAA history. Great dig by Mans.
Oh, Verna Klubnicka didn't like that set.
Calls the double hit, side out Badgers.
They're calling this match tight, but they're consistent.
Heather Dodaro will serve, but first we'll get a substitution. Sandra Rabosas, 6-foot sophomore out of Orlando, Florida, checks in, replacing Nina Foster.
Shade in the net. How about that?
Nikki Shade has won a couple of jousts. That time she is called for a net violation.
She's won every one that she's been involved with.
Yeah. Point Badgers. So now make it 4 straight points for Wisconsin. Boy, their serving is just completely handcuffing Florida.
Didn't go down that time.
Off the block, Heather Wright earns the side out for Florida.
She's been very consistent tonight. Only a freshman, 6'1" middle blocker. Her coach says she'll be an All-American before she's done at Florida.
Oh, and she blocked one right back at Marissa Mackey, but it was wide. So side out, Wisconsin. Yeah, the junior middle blocker, Jenny Jones, was injured earlier in the season, and it forced Wright into action. Boy, did she respond.
Flu shot, right?
Yeah.
Gave her a virus that she still hasn't recovered from.
How about another service ace for Wisconsin?
It's a pretty wild story.
It really is. We're going to get a timeout, Gators. 5 unanswered points for Wisconsin, and the Badgers now come back to take an 11-8 lead. So, my goodness, Maria, just when Florida appeared to have gained some momentum, Wisconsin takes it right back. As we told you at the top of the broadcast, the Gators certainly veterans of postseason action. We take you back to the O'Connell Center in Gainesville. Florida has hosted regionals the last 2 years, having to go on the road and play the underdog role this year in Madison. Last season, it was Florida taking on Michigan State in Gainesville at the O'Connell Center to reach the NCAA semifinals, trying to do that for the 3rd time in 5 years. We told you, too. Great crowds here in Wisconsin, great crowds in Gainesville. There's match point from a year ago. Hey, Mary Wise doesn't leave anything on the bench, does she?
She's so animated. She's great. Fun to watch. You know, Mary Wise said, I like being the underdog. This is kind of nice. It's nice not to have the pressure. But she said, don't get me wrong. I'd much rather be playing in Gainesville. And you can see why. I mean, look at the crowds they get there.
Oh, man. There's Mary now with obviously a worried look on her face. Wisconsin over the Gators 11-8. Amy Lee has 5 aces and 9 kills in this match already. Here's the set for Mans. Yeah. What a tight angle for Jenny Mans.
What happened to Kennedy? Never got outside there. Probably kneels all alone.
Side out Florida.
Great angle on that hit.
Arimar Rodriguez. What a great pass. Here's Mans with the set, back row. Rodriguez not able to get much of a swing on that.
That
On the
was
other
a
hand,
really beautiful play there
Yeah.
by Marissa Mackey. She read that play all the way through, picked it up, passed the ball to her setter, and then hit the seam. Split that Florida block.
Mackey with 14 kills and 16 digs. Great double-double against Notre Dame. Set for Mans, just wide. And it's a point, Wisconsin. Badgers 2 points away from what would be certainly a commanding 2-0 lead in this Central Region final. Shade for Keene. Great dig off the back. But the joust at the net won by Keene, and Florida gets the side out.
Niels felt like that ball was maybe a bit too tight to set. It's a tough play for a setter to make because the block sees what's happening, and they were just lined up waiting.
Claire Roach checks in, along with Nina Foster. Right, and Rabusas goes out. A clear lift that time called on Colleen Niels. Point, Florida.
Sometimes you just have to bump set. That was one of those times.
Roach serving again. And it's Colleen Niels who redeems herself. Side out, Wisconsin. With Maria Barnes, I'm Barry Milligan. This is the Wisconsin Fieldhouse. Homestanding Badgers taking on the Florida Gators in this NCAA Central Region Final. And Wisconsin in clear command for the moment. There's that bump set. And it was a good one. Back row attack for Rodriguez. A great hustle again by the Badgers. Shea, Mans, block and a point, Badgers.
That
Unbelievable.
was a fabulous play by Wisconsin. There was a detour on that play. I thought the set was going to go to the other hitter. Wisconsin very patient here. Didn't go with the detour, stayed down. Nice timing.
Wisconsin 2 points away from the game. Mans again answers. You know, that's demoralizing too, to a degree. That point prior, Maria, you get a great hit, but Wisconsin plays great defense to keep themselves in it, then comes right back. In Florida, no matter what Florida is doing, it seems the Badgers have an answer.
Yeah, you're right.
There's the slide for Dodaro. Now Keene. Point. Florida. That makes it 13-10.
The score is 10-13.
If Florida were serving as well as Wisconsin, this match would be tied, though. It's not as if Wisconsin is outplaying Florida in every category, you know?
Block again. This time, Foster and Keene combine. And now John Cook's going to take a timeout.
Wisconsin.
Gators have battled back to trail 13-11. You noticed any strategy changes at all? Is Florida doing anything differently?
Well, you know, they're passing the ball better, which is enabling Nikki Shea to set some different hitters. And you've noticed a couple times in this game, especially in the second half, that Wisconsin hasn't had a double block up on their hitters. And that comes from just smarter setting. But, you know, you've got to have a pass. It's not as if Nikki Shea has not done a nice job tonight for Florida. It's just that Wisconsin has served them so tough.
Yeah.
Florida hasn't been able to pass the ball. And that's, you know, that's really the biggest difference that I can see.
The NCAA 97 Women's Volleyball Championship is almost a sellout for next weekend in Spokane, Washington, but don't miss your chance to see the 1998 NCAA Women's Volleyball Championships right back here in Madison, Wisconsin at the beautiful new Kohl Center, December 17th and 19th, 1998 Championships. Order your tickets now by calling 1-800-GO-BADGERS.
It's a nice block. They don't go up real high. It's nice and low and tight. Good reads. Jenny Keene, well done.
Well, Nina Foster with 9 kills and 4 blocks. She's hitting .412 to lead Florida, but as you mentioned, Maria, you can't hit the ball if it's not passed well to allow Nikki Shea an opportunity. That has been Florida's problem here. Oh, what a great touch play by Allison Ross. She caught Mans on her heels on the back row there.
And Allison Ross is a player that's been bounced around this Wisconsin program. She's only a sophomore. She was an outside hitter last year. They moved her to middle blocker for their trip to Russia. And now they put her back on the outside. Very versatile player.
was Shade. Oh. Amy Lee and Heather Dodaro were just looking at each other. That was an I've got it, you take it.
That's the first time we've seen a ball drop without a player going for it in this match.
Side out Florida. Now Jenny Keene will serve. Middle attack for Wisconsin. Oh, look at Keene with great hustle. Mans keeps it alive. That's a terrific pass. Florida now with a chance. That's wide. That goes wide. Amy Lee with a big swing. I think the net caused that one to pop in the air and go wide. So 13-12.
Really important game here for Florida.
I'll say Kate Fitzgerald playing cheerleader. That's a big hit. Again, the nice middle attack working for Wisconsin.
You don't see that two set, that high set in the middle too often. Wisconsin's run it a couple times.
Here's Allison Ross to serve. Badgers have not gotten a point on their last two rotations. And Rodriguez with a big hit. Again, Mans with a poor pass. Free ball for the Badgers. Boy, that's an amazing play by Keene to keep that alive.
Wow.
Quick set. Foster, yes.
Side out, Florida.
That's a huge point.
Heather White enters the Florida lineup.
Look at this.
Claire Roach. Nina Foster serving.
How do you not call that?
It was absolutely a double hit.
She played the ball twice.
She did.
Whoops.
It was off Keene and then a bump to keep it in the air. Oh boy. And now John Cook going over. He's talking with Melinda Voorhees. That's a huge miss by the officials.
Huge.
You see there, there's the first dig. That one by Allison Ross. Now check it again. Off the hit by Lee. All right, there's one by Keene. There's two by Keene.
I saw it when it happened. I mean, how do you, I don't know.
And obviously the Wisconsin players were a little off their game after that. Meanwhile, the quick set, Shade to Foster. Everybody in the house had a problem with that no call, and rightly so.
This next point will be very, very important. Wisconsin has an off play. I mean, after a call like that, and Florida picks up game two. It's a whole different match.
Better believe it. Wisconsin's been stuck on 13 now for some time.
Yeah.
Florida has scored 4 straight, and the Gators will serve to try and tie this game. Trailing 1-0 in the match. Foster will serve for the Gators. And here's another example, Maria. The crowd on its feet. They will not allow this Badger team to get down, but a service ace will certainly help you. Point Florida. There you see our All-American comparisons. Dodaro has been outplayed, at least statistically so far, by Foster, but certainly Dodaro has gotten a heck of a lot more help. Good play by Lee to keep it alive. Here's the set for Rodriguez. Off the block. Big double block by Dodaro and Lee.
Kelly Kennedy enters the Badger lineup.
Huge play by Wisconsin there.
Kelly Kennedy checks in on the front row for the Badgers. Dodaro goes back to serve. Now, Foster going to check out, and Geraldine Hattendorf going to check in for Florida. There's Dodaro. Boy, that crowd just goes silent. Another passing error by Florida. Free ball for Lee.
Wisconsin should have been up and banged that overpass.
Better believe it. Back row attack, and it works. There's Keene.
Suddenly become very tentative.
It's a great point. That's no fear. I believe now that's either 4 or 5 serves that Wisconsin has not won a point. Good serve by Shade. Shade for Mans, and the dink. Florida will have another chance. Mans again. This time she bangs it. That was way out. And Colleen Niels got a hand up. And Florida now with a game point.
Look at Mary Weiss. So animated.
Well,
She's got a big smile on her face.
Florida's just come back from the dead here in game 2. KK. Kennedy with a big kill. Gives the side out to the Badgers. Oh, man. Right through the middle of the block. There's shade for Mans. Mans again. Out. That was just out. Oh, boy. That was close. Point Wisconsin, and it's 14 all.
See Coach Cook giving his server a signal as to where to go with the ball.
That server is Amy Lee. She
and
has
who's
served
better to have back there right now for
back
Wisconsin.
row. Yeah, that's right. Her serving has been fabulous. Mans off the block. Point Wisconsin and game point Badgers.
Kennedy didn't even get off the floor there. I mean, she is so tall with those long arms.
What an emotional swing now in this. Florida had a game point. Now Wisconsin. Here's Mans again with the dink. Badgers right there. And the dump works. Colleen Niels answers for Wisconsin. The Badgers take game 2, 16-14. And they'll go to the locker room with a 2-0 lead over Florida.
You know, you really got the sense that Florida was going to win that game, too. After that call, that next quick point, they went ahead, but Wisconsin held their ground. Or actually, I should say they tied it up. Wisconsin just sat tight, did not get rattled at all. And this is a play that has gone down for Florida, you know, quite successfully in this match, but not this time. The Wisconsin defense was right there. That's a huge game. John Cook felt the big load lifted off his shoulders by picking up that game, too.
Huge.
Yeah.
Better than 6,000 strong, into it big time. Wisconsin, 2-0 over Florida. You're watching NCAA Productions coverage of the 1997 Division I Women's Volleyball National Championships.
Was it a service ace, or what was it that Florida did for that next point?
It was an ace.
It was an ace, okay.
An ace.
So show the double hit and the ace by Florida. Okay, okay. And
all right. All right.
stop that.
Big yawn.
Were you at the Sheridan last night?
Yes.
Should have called you for a ride over here. Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Wisconsin has never been to the national semifinals, but the Badgers, Maria, are 1 game away from reaching that goal.
And to think they started off the season not ranked in the Volleyball Magazine poll and number 18 by the AVCA coaches poll. What a season Wisconsin has had, and the story in this match has been the serving of Wisconsin, especially in game 1. They have executed perfectly, and you know, Florida has not played well for Florida, and they've been in this match, which just tells you what type of a ball club they have at Florida.
Well, this would set up a potential national semifinal between Wisconsin and Penn State. We'll talk more about that when we come back to the Wisconsin Fieldhouse. This is NCAA Productions coverage of the 97 Division I Women's Volleyball National Championship.
That's incredible.
Yeah. With Maria Barnes, I'm Barry Milligan, welcoming you back to the Wisconsin Fieldhouse. Maria, before the break, we just alluded to the fact that a potential national semifinal matchup would take place between Wisconsin and Penn State, those two Big Ten arch rivals. That would really be something.
Yeah, it would. I mean, they split earlier in the season. Wisconsin won at home, Penn State won at home, and what a rematch that would be.
Now, obviously, in the Pacific, as we alluded earlier, they were all 3-0 matches. Long Beach over Nebraska and Stanford over UC Santa Barbara.
And, you know, I really believe that Long Beach, Stanford, and Penn State are the three premier teams in the country. I mean, those teams just walked through their regional. I mean, Penn State had a 15-0 game in their semifinal against BYU. They won. All three of these teams won it 3 straight, and that Long Beach State Stanford matchup in the semis is going to be quite a match.
Stanford.
And obviously, you know, the team Wisconsin has proven that they can hang with Penn State also. So I mean, it's going to be a very competitive national championship this year.
That's right. Stanford, the defending champion at 31-2, will take on Long Beach State. Back with stats through game 2 as we take a break. They'll have a snack. We'll be right back. The crowd is loving it at the Wisconsin Fieldhouse. The homestanding Badgers up 2-0 over the Florida Gators. Wisconsin had been suspect in the preseason, unranked in one poll, 18th in the coaches poll, but certainly deserving of that number 4 ranking right now, leading Florida 2-0.
That's right. I mean, Wisconsin has come out and done everything well, but the thing that they've done exceptionally well is serve, and most of that is Amy Lee, but she has gotten a little bit of help from Colleen Niels, who serves this ace. That was the story of game 1. Wisconsin just clearly outserved Florida. They had 5 aces, only 1 error. In fact, they still only have 1 serving error. And then in game 2, Wisconsin was up 13-11. When Wisconsin hit this ball, there was a double hit here by Jenny Keene, and it was not called, and Florida went on to tie it up 13-13 after serving an ace on the following play. But Wisconsin was able to put it together and close it out. But if you look at this, I mean, they're tied in kills. Florida's winning in hitting percentage. Florida's out blocking them. The whole story of this match is the fact that, you know, Wisconsin has 7 aces and only 1 error. And Florida with 5 service errors.
And you said, even at any level, Maria, but particularly when you're in a region final, to have only 1 service error with all the pressure that's involved here, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, this is a well-coached team. I mean, their errors have been so minimal. But, you know, Florida is very, very talented, and they haven't played a great match. And they are in this match, and that says a lot about this team. And, you know, there is this intangible, the fact that Wisconsin is playing at home, and that's worth a couple points a game, and really that's what's separated Wisconsin from Florida. And
individually, as we look at the stats, particularly for Florida, Ari Rodriguez, who has been so solid all year long, in a negative hitting percentage. Heather Wright, who has had a great regional so far at 167. So, I mean, Florida just not getting a lot of help. You know, Keene and Foster have been about it offensively.
Well, Florida hasn't really passed all that well, so they've got to go outside to Rodriguez. Rodriguez hasn't responded. She's hitting a negative, so, you know, that has hurt Florida most definitely. And there's a look at Amy Lee. 5 aces. Unbelievable serving. She steps deep in the court, launches the ball. Nice float serve. Just dropped in deep court.
For the 6'1" senior from Milwaukee, I tell you what, you have to be impressed too. The sophomore Kelly Kennedy has played very well.
Yeah.
Ross and Fitzgerald, also sophomores. This is a very young Wisconsin club to be playing at the quality they are at this level.
Yeah, they're young, but, you know, Lee and Dodaro, they're key players, and they will be leaving the team. But Cook's had a couple great recruiting years. I mean, he's not going to be empty by any means.
That's right.
He's got some established young recruits, redshirted a couple of them. He's sitting pretty for a few years.
All right. Gators with their back to the wall right now, trailing 2 games to none. I'm not mistaken, I don't think a team has ever in a region final in NCAA history come from down 2-0.
The statistics for winning game 1 and then going on to win are pretty staggering in the NCAA tournament. You're right.
And for home team, too. It's over 90% for home team in the region final. So obviously that home court advantage is a huge factor.
But it has happened. It can again.
Niels will serve as we begin game 3, and how appropriate. Florida starts it with a passing error. 1-0 Badgers. Wow. We'll see now. Ari Rodriguez, I mean, there are a couple of Gators out there that are kind of shaking their heads. Mans, big kill down the line.
Something happened to Wisconsin there. There was no block up. Fitzgerald ducked.
And Jenny Mans will come back to serve. Maybe not a bad play at that point in time. Mans had some serious momentum. There's the quick set for Dodaro over the block.
Niels did a nice job there. That pass was tight to the net. Pretty little jump set here.
Here's Dodaro. She says one of her ultimate goals, Maria, is to play beach volleyball. You may get to see her a whole lot out your way.
Should be good.
Dink for Foster.
You know, one of the things that Niels does really well is get her hitters to hit one-on-one. She mixes the ball up really well, and that's what we just saw in the previous play.
Jenny Keene serving for Florida. Oh, just over the net. Ace for Keene, and we're tied at 1.
She's feisty. A lot of energy.
Over the top, yeah, they're going to call it. They're going to call Foster for being over the net.
Can't reach over and block the setter like this. It's a no-no.
So that will be a side out Florida. Side out Wisconsin rather. Heather Dodaro will serve now for the Badgers. Kelly Kennedy has checked in on the front row. Well, the slide just not working today. Even when they have an opportunity to set it up, it's not working for Florida. Back row for Mans into the net. Point Badgers.
Wisconsin. The score is 2-1.
2-1. Wisconsin in game 3. They jumped out hot in game 2. Again, Rodriguez not able to handle the serve.
And she's got great ball handling skills. She's popping up. She's not staying low in her defensive position.
Florida takes a quick timeout here, trailing 3-1. You're watching NCAA Productions coverage of the 97 Division I Women's Volleyball National Championship. She's got to take a quick timeout.
Why don't we see that serve? Yeah, see the serve and the pass by
They got a victory dance going on early. Wisconsin over Florida 3-1 with a 2-0 lead.
And look at, I mean, just a bad pass. It's almost as if Rodriguez was going out to approach and get ready to hit before she finished passing the ball. Set up Wisconsin for an easy point.
Kelly Kennedy with another kill. It's 3-1 Badgers. Dodaro still serving. Boy, Rodriguez just passing very poorly off the block, though. Keene with the hit, and Florida wins the side out.
Smart play by Keene, just go high off the block.
They're going at Rodriguez every serve.
Yeah. Smart. It's a lot of work to pass the ball and then get outside and hit.
Foster for the Gators.
Forces Shade to think about setting someone else.
Well, that's a good set. Excellent set. And Marissa Mackey, the junior from Muncie, Indiana, comes through.
She sings the anthem before all their home games, but I didn't see her singing tonight.
That's right.
Maybe a little too much to think about.
Rodriguez, boy, that could have possibly been out. Here's Rodriguez again winning the joust. Way out. Was it off the touch? No. Side out, Florida.
Nikki Shade serving.
Nikki Shade, the senior from DeSoto, Texas, will serve for the Gators. A lift called on Wisconsin. Point Gators.
Point Florida.
One of the few mistakes that Colleen Niels has made today. She has played outstanding. 3-2 Badgers.
She's got some good athletic genes. Her father Robert played baseball for the Milwaukee Braves.
Side out Wisconsin.
Has a brother that plays baseball, sis that plays volleyball. A lot of athletes in that family. Wisconsin wins the side out now, so Mackey will serve. Mackey had 68 aces in '95, but a service error there, and that's a big break for Florida.
Only the second one in the match for Wisconsin.
Oh, great serve. Great serve from Rodriguez. That ties us at 3.
The score is tied at 3.
If Florida can maintain some momentum, well, nope.
Side out Wisconsin.
Service error for the Gators.
Michigan State was down 2-0 in a regional against Hawaii a few years ago and came back and won it to go to the national championship. So it has happened.
Point Wisconsin. Another passing error for Florida. Well, they're just not handling the serves at all. This one coming from Kelly Kennedy. That is out.
Side out Florida.
Boy, good recognition by Mans, who almost took a shot at that, but pulled back at the last instant. Claire Roach now will come in for the Gators, replacing Heather Wright, and she will serve. Claire Roach, what a great story she is. pounds it right into the net. You see, she wears that knee brace on her right knee. Claire Roach has had 5 knee surgeries.
In 2 years.
Yeah, that's the 7th service error for the Gators. 2nd in a row. Foster, yeah, off the quick set from Shade. Side out Florida.
Jenny Vance, serving.
Foster with 18 kills against Washington State. Has a chance to reach that total. Boy, Dodaro, nothing doing. Great back set for Dodaro. Watch the Badgers run the slide.
Yeah, and look how she just splits the block there. She finds the seam.
Here's Allison Ross with a service error. Now 2 straight for Wisconsin.
3 in this game for Wisconsin. They came into this game with only 1. The letdown.
Keene for Florida. That is out. Down the line. Mackey hits it wide. Florida has tied it at 4. Set and it's saved. Shade with the joust.
She has won every one of those.
So strong. Great dig by Mans. Oh, great save again. This time Foster outduels Dodaro. Florida wins the point and takes a 5-4 lead. There's the crowd now helping the offense. Great serve by Keene.
Yes.
Good dig by Roach. Rodriguez with the dink. Florida now with 3 straight points to take a 6-4 lead. This match is Florida's largest lead in any individual game has been 2 points. And right now, John Cook's going to take timeout. Florida leads at 6-4 in Game 3. You're watching NCAA Productions coverage of the 97 Division I Women's Volleyball National Championships. We'll be right back. Florida has been to the national semis twice. Wisconsin never. Nina Foster trying to carry the Gators back to another one.
So 12 kills, hitting over 450.
Wow.
She's doing everything she can.
She had 427 in the SEC for the season. Number 2 hitter in the nation statistically. We'll get a substitution. Kate Fitzgerald, the 6-foot sophomore from Milwaukee, will check in and replace Allison Ross. Keene still serving for Florida. Gators up 6-4. Trailing 2 games to none. That's a great dig by Mans. Rodriguez down the line. Oh, that ball is out.
Yeah.
That is out, and Kelly Kennedy knew it.
I mean, when you're chasing after the ball like that, you've got to rely on your teammates to give you the call. She didn't get a call.
Gators have scored 4 straight points. Nice pass. It's a good dig by Keene. Another dig by Keene, but this goes wide.
Florida's really cranked their defense up a notch.
Side out Badgers. You're exactly right, Maria. You know, as well as Florida played offensively, the defense was so key against Washington State. And it's showing up finally here in Game 3. Slide. Oh, bang. Rodriguez. She's back.
Florida's passing better, too, so they're able to
Roach goes out.
Their offense a little bit. I mean, Shade didn't even have to step there. The ball just came right into her hands.
And you know, it was all set up by a good pass from Jenny Mans. Middle attack. Oh, on the line. Side out Badgers.
Serving for the Badgers, Amy Lee.
Here's Amy Lee. What a day she has had serving with 5 aces. We'll get a Gator substitution. Kennedy with a kill.
And again, Neal's getting that one-on-one for her hitter.
Hattendorf checks in on the back row for Florida. Great serve again.
Yes.
Free ball for the Badgers. And they earn a point.
Finally get off 4 and stuck there for a while.
Exactly right. Florida had scored 4 straight points before that one. Gators still lead 7-5 here in game 3. High set Rodriguez, yeah. Ari Rodriguez now finding her rhythm. Side out to Florida, and Nikki Shade will serve. Short serve. Shade right there. Mans with the set for Rodriguez.
Wow. She's been fabulous.
Neal's has been. You're exactly right. She has played a great match.
She has a really good mind for the game. She has made this play at the right times when her team needed a little help offensively, but not only that, she's done a really good job of getting that one-on-one for her hitters, which is such an important job.
Bump set for Mans, yeah. Florida wins the side out. And you know, Maria, just to finish that point, as you mentioned earlier, that was the question mark for Wisconsin this season. Neal's replacing an All-American, and all she does is become All Big Ten. Side out Wisconsin. Another service error for Ari Rodriguez. Here's Kennedy to serve for the Badgers. Set for Keene. Yeah, right into the block. Keene has some hops.
Yeah, she really does. She's got a great jump. She kind of waits for the block. The block starting to come down here by the time she swings at the ball.
Hattendorf out, Foster back in on the front row for Florida. Good serve from Heather Wright. There's an ace from the freshman. That gives Florida an 8-5 lead.
She is going to have a really great collegiate career. She is such a great round player. She's got a lot of poise for a freshman.
6 aces now for the Gators in the match. That's the first for Wright. 8-5 Florida. Boy, that's another good serve. Oh, it just ticked the net.
Side out, Wisconsin. Now serving
Verna Klubnikin felt that one as it came over.
Nice.
Neal's for Florida. Service error, Wisconsin. They had only 1 in the first 2 games, and they've had 3 here in game 3.
And you just watching Coach Wise since game 3 started, I mean, extremely enthusiastic, very rejuvenated. She's got the sense her team's capable of turning this match around. They certainly have here in game 3.
Wisconsin tried the middle attack. Dodaro hit it wide. Point Florida makes it 9-5. Gators with a free ball here. Set for Keene. No. Keene tried the angle, which was way too tight. Side out Badgers.
Wisconsin, I'm sure, is hoping to make this a quick match. They had a long, very emotional match against Notre Dame, and you know, as we've seen, there's been a little bit of a letdown here in game 3, and you got to wonder if that's part of it.
Here's the set from Mackey, blocked. Again, Mackey. Now that's a good pass and a bad set. Point, Wisconsin. With Maria Barnes, I'm Barry Milligan. This is the Wisconsin Fieldhouse on the UW campus. The winner moves on to the national semifinals to take on Penn State. Boy, that was a great dig by Ross. Now Mans goes over for the Gators. Free ball for the Badgers. Back set, great dig by Mans. Quick set for Dodaro. Rodriguez digs it out. Keene tries that angle again. Was it touched? No, it was not.
She tried, though. Allison
She did.
Came really close to touching that out ball.
Great rally. 9-7, Florida.
Great defense by Florida.
Badgers with 2 straight, 4th service error of the game for Wisconsin gives Florida the side out. Jenny Keene will serve. 9-7 Gators substitution for Wisconsin. It's Kate Fitzgerald back in. Allison Ross goes out. Good short serve. Well, they get a break there through the Badgers. Dodaro was all over the net, and that just rolled right over. How does that go in? That's right. With everything else going your way right now, Wisconsin has the luck as well. Off the block, it's out of bounds. Foster finally got a rip at one, and the Gators take the side out. 9-7 Florida. Nina Foster will serve. Still, the crowd has gotten a little more tentative here too. Yeah. As we move to 10-7 Florida. Dodaro was trying the little bump, didn't get enough on it. 10-7 Gators. That's a great serve. Florida with a free ball. Back set for Wright. Yeah, point Florida.
That may have been out also.
I think you're right, Maria. Could have been out. We're going to get a timeout. Timeout. Gators come right back with 2 straight points to take an 11-7 lead in game 3.
Florida's really cranked up their defense. They're getting the ball up to their setter, enabling them to run their offense. And one of the things that's really hurt Wisconsin in this 3rd game, not only is their serving, but they have played a lot of out balls.
Maria, we don't want to miss our chance to see the 1998 volleyball championships. They're going to be right back here in Madison, Wisconsin. You don't miss your chance either. The Kohl Center, the beautiful new Kohl Center, will be the site for the 1998 NCAA Women's Volleyball Championships. For tickets, call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. Of course, that 97 semifinal coming up next week, a near sellout as we are with you at the Central Region Final. It's Florida, Wisconsin from the campus of the University of Wisconsin. Over 4,600 in the house today.
There's a look at Christy Johnson, one of John Cook's assistants. She's a former All-American who set Nebraska for national championship in 1995.
Nina Foster serving once again for Florida. Shade for Wright. Bang. Oh, that's a great play to keep it in play by the Badgers. Keene with a great dig. Wright again. Back set. Oh, good block by Rodriguez. Another block. This time, it's Mackey. And it's off the antenna. Point Florida. Great rally.
Yes, great defense.
12-7 Gators. Good service rotation for Foster. Hands with the set.
Oh, how do you not call that?
Rodriguez keeps it alive. Gators have gotten a couple of breaks. Off the block now. Fitzgerald keeps it alive. Back set, right, bang. Dodaro can't handle it. It's 13-7. Florida on a 4-0 run here, trying to claw its way back into this match. Substitution. Allison Ross checks in. Kate Fitzgerald goes out for the Badgers. Nina Foster has helped Florida win 4 straight with her serve. Mackey tries the big hit down the line, and it's game point Florida.
So Cook with no more timeouts left.
And this is what John Cook was afraid of, Marie. You know, he told us before the match, we can't allow Florida to go on runs.
Yeah.
They're on a 5-0 run, and it stops right there on the side out. So Wisconsin gets the serve back, averting game point number 1 for Florida. Geraldine Hattendorf back in on the back row. Foster goes out for the Gators. Amy Lee serving for Wisconsin. Oh, look at Shea right there. The blockers were frozen at the net.
Kennedy was right there, just didn't jump. Didn't get her hands up.
Nikki Shea, game point number 2 for the Gators. Hey, back at you.
She's been fabulous.
Colleen Niels answers for Wisconsin.
Marissa Mackey serving.
Marissa Mackey will serve for Wisconsin. Number 1 on the club in aces. Oh, man. Big back row attack for Rodriguez.
Florida's really come on here late in game 3. Everything's going their way. They're passing better.
Game point number 3 for the Gators. Great dig by Rodriguez. Set for Keith. Lee dug it out. Now Lee again. Oh, Mans with a dig. Right over in 2. Right again. Off the block. It's out of bounds. Point. And game 3 goes to the University of Florida. Mary Wise pumping her arm, coming off the bench. And we will take a break, settle in. We've got a great one in the Central Region Final. It's 2-1, Wisconsin over Florida. We'll be right back. Five service errors. See, these numbers are starting to even up. Florida's actually...
Yeah, the big thing, though, Florida hit 375 in that game.
Yeah. Yeah. They're extending the difference here. We welcome you back to the Wisconsin Fieldhouse. Florida gets back in this match for the moment with a 15-7 win over Wisconsin in game number 3. Florida statistically extended its lead in terms of hitting percentage, but aces to service errors, Maria, that's the real key.
That's right. Florida had 4 service errors and 3 service aces. That's great serving. On the other hand, Wisconsin in game 3 had 0 aces and 5 errors. The other thing is Florida hit 375 in game 3.
That's big.
To 150 for Wisconsin. So Florida just all the way around played a great 3rd game. And Wisconsin seemed to lose their focus, became a little tentative at the beginning of game 3, and then just made a lot of errors.
Well, Jenny Mans will serve. That's great hustle by Lindsey Buswell to keep it alive. Not for long. Nina Foster with another kill for the Gators. 1-0 Florida. Nice pass. That is on the line for Amy Lee. She has played a great match. Kate Fitzgerald, 6-foot sophomore from Milwaukee, will serve for the Badgers. What a great serve. How does that get over the net?
Never thought that was going over, did you?
No, no way. Quick set for Dodaro, right back at you. The double block of Keene and Foster gives Florida the side out. Here's Jenny Keene. Had the red shirt last year with an injury. That quick set not working. That one does. Right on the line for Foster. Point Gators. It's 2-0. Here's where you got to be real careful, right, Maria? An early game run here for Florida.
Yes.
Lee again. Mans was there. There's the middle attack from the back row. Nice dig by Niels. Shea for Rodriguez. Wow. Boys, Shade wins another joust.
She's just got that play down. She times it so well. It's good
great upper body strength.
Yeah, she does.
Exactly. 3-0 Florida. She is definitely the most athletic setter that Florida has ever had. Slide for Dodaro. Boy, the defense has really picked up for Florida as well. Another kill for Foster. Quickly now, it's 4-0. How far does John Cook let this go before he takes a timeout?
I don't know. I'm surprised he hasn't called one.
Keene again. Set for Lee. The block back at her. That makes it 5-0. John Cook off the bench. And now we get the timeout. The Gators have roared out of the box in Game 4 to take a 5-0 lead. It's a distraught John Cook who will go to the Badger bench. Florida up 5-0 in Game 4. Florida's on a roll big time with Maria Barnes. I'm Barry Milligan. It's 5-0 Gators in game number 4. After falling down 2-0, Florida wins game 3, and they're up big here. And there is a double hit called on the Badgers. Make it 6-0.
Nothing going well for Wisconsin right now. They're just not passing well. Their offense isn't running smoothly.
Here's the Mackey set. The block was there. Mann's able to keep it alive for the moment. Lee again with the big hit cross court. Side out Badgers.
Kelly Kennedy enters the Badger lineup, replacing Lindsey Buswell.
If you're Wisconsin, you're thinking, we won game 1, we won game 2. We can't afford this to go to rally scoring. We have got to get this game 4.
Do a little housekeeping now on the Florida side of the court, wiping up the perspiration as we await the serve from Heather Dodaro. Again, just to reiterate the point, Wisconsin has never been to the national semifinals. The winner here plays Penn State. Another joust won by Nikki Shea. She has been awesome at the net.
You know what she does is she just times that play so well. She doesn't go up too early. Blockers tend to go up early on that play, and it's the person with the last push that wins.
Heather Wright comes in now. Boy, there's a quick set.
Oh, how about that dig?
I'm telling you, by Manns, big-time dig. The set for Lee down the line.
That's a nice play.
Beautiful play. You know, that's so impressive. She didn't try to hit it too hard, do too much with it, just down the line and in the court.
See why she was a unanimous All Big Ten first team.
So Lee will serve. Foster goes out. Hattendorf comes back in for the Gators. Shade with the set for Rodriguez. Out. First point of game number 4. It's 6-1 Gators as we welcome you to the Wisconsin Fieldhouse. Marie Barnes here. I'm Barry Milligan. And there's an ace for Amy Lee. That's the first ace since game 2 for the Badgers. Wisconsin and Florida battling for the right to go to the national semifinals. That serve right on the line. Right on the line.
Oh, she's got a great serve.
2 straight aces for Lee.
A lot of control, too, for such a tough serve.
That is her 7th ace of the match. Manns into the net.
How quickly the momentum can shift. A couple tough serves.
Unreal. And now Mary Wise is going to take time out. The Gators score the first 6. Wisconsin responds with 4 straight. It's 6-4 Gators in game 4. Wisconsin up 2-1. The winner goes to the national semifinals. Scored the first 6 of this 4th game. Wisconsin has come roaring back. And Amy Lee still serving. Lee with 7 aces in the match. Yeah, they believe they can make it to Spokane. Good pass. There's the slide for Kennedy. Again, Kennedy down the line, right on the line.
Wow. What an impressive play for a sophomore, you know? That's a play that takes a long time to learn how to do well. Not give it all away. It takes a lot of control.
That's a beautiful play.
Yeah.
5 straight points now as the Badgers have answered.
And it's been in this rotation that they have scored
That's a big
number
block.
of points.
Big. The single block. Heather Wright wins the side out for Florida. That's a great run, though, on the Amy Lee service rotation. Nikki Shade now for Florida. Mackey. Yeah.
Pretty. Nice off-speed shot. She kind of just felt the block with that hit. Let it roll right inside. She sees the block here. She just kind of cuts it right inside. Uses the inside right hand of the block.
McDaddy serving for Wisconsin. Oh, that's a big hit. And the battle at the net this time. It's won by Niels. 6-all in game 4. Boy, it's been a game of runs big time. Wisconsin now back with a lot of confidence.
Nice
It sure was. Rodriguez with a big hit. Florida gets the side out. It seems that Wisconsin has gotten its confidence back.
Yeah. They were tentative for a good game and a half.
Rodriguez serving for Florida. Niels wins again, out battling Heather Wright. Boy, that's making something out of nothing.
Yeah.
A poor pass winds up being a side out for the Badgers. Kennedy serving. Bang, back set for Wright. That's the play. The back set with the slide that Florida must have run, it seemed like, about 500 times watching the Washington State match.
You know, and Cook said that this was an important play for them to stop on the Florida side. And it's a tough play to stop. They run it very well.
Defensive replacement, Lindsey Buswell in. Kelly Kennedy out for Wisconsin. Claire Roach served that one for Florida, and off the block, it's out of bounds and side out Wisconsin.
Now serving.
Here's Colleen Niels. Boy, what a season she has had. Pretty good server, too. She had 5 aces in the regional match against Central Florida. Great dig by Mackey. There's a hit by Mackey. It's point Wisconsin, and the Badgers take the lead.
Mackey dug in here. This was a hard hit ball. Well done. Oh, how about that serve?
Double hit called on Mans.
Point Wisconsin. The score is 8-6.
John Cook looks on as we come to you from the Wisconsin Fieldhouse on the UW campus in Madison. The Badgers have scored 8 straight. That's on the line.
Side out.
Buswell let it go, and it's on the line. Side out Gators. Florida scored the first 6 points of the game. Wisconsin has scored 8 straight. Man serving.
Oh.
Boy, that's a lift, absolutely.
I think you just need to go over with that pass.
Tough pass. Niels couldn't handle it. Florida finally gets off the 6 mark. Man serving again. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Dodaro, big time.
Both teams throw their backs against the wall. Florida knows they've got to really push here, and Wisconsin's pushing just as hard because they don't want to go to that 5th game rally scoring. It happens so fast. Might as well toss a coin as to who's going to come out on top. And Wisconsin has not played a 5-game match all season long.
Side out Florida.
Nina Foster with a big hit off the block. It goes out of bounds, and the Gators have the side out. This has been a good rotation now as Jenny Keene goes back to serve for Florida. Fitzgerald in for the Badgers. Boy, she gets a lot on that.
Yeah.
Off the block by Mackey. Boy, it's a good serve by Keene.
Tough serve.
Set for Marissa Mackey.
Side out Wisconsin. Lindsey Buswell.
Mackey's kind of quiet offensively, but she puts up good numbers. She's just does her job.
Exactly right.
She's really in there for her defense, though. She's a great defender.
Yeah, but you're right, though. She had 14 kills against Notre Dame. That's a big one, though, in terms of service errors. Dodaro out, gives Florida the side out right back.
Nina Foster serving.
Nina Foster will serve now. Claire Roach goes out. Heather Wright comes back in for the Gators on the front row. Passing error. Heather Wright was right there. That point for Florida ties the game at 8.
Florida a lot more confident with their serve here late in the match.
Kennedy. Keene was there to dig it out. Oh, that's a great shot by Shade over the back. That's like that no-look pass.
Look at that.
Oh, that's pretty. 9-8 Gators. Right on the line. right on the line with the serve by Foster.
How about that serve?
Woo! That is an ace right in front of us.
You can't get any more in the corner than that.
You're exactly right. That covered the corner. 10-8 Florida. Let's look at the serve again.
From one corner to the other. Look at this.
Wow. That one, that had radar.
Yes, exactly.
Mackey let it go, and it's point Florida. Florida has one timeout left. As you see there, Wisconsin with none. That could be critical here, too. Very critical.
Yeah.
Florida takes a 10-8 lead, trying to send it to Game 5 in rally scoring. Up at Spokane next weekend, the 97 Women's Volleyball National Championship is just about a sellout, but you still have plenty of time to get your tickets to the 98 NCAA Women's Volleyball Championships right here in Madison, Wisconsin, December 17th and 19th at the beautiful new Kohl Center. For tickets, call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. We are at the Wisconsin Fieldhouse with Maria Barnes. I'm Barry Milligan. Florida and Wisconsin in a classic. Florida scored the first 6. Wisconsin scored the next 8. The Gators have responded with a 4-point run to lead it 10-8. Mackey out. Make it 11-8. Oh boy, the Badgers want a touch. They won't get the call. Here you see Nina Foster with 17 kills. Look at that hitting percentage. Wow.
Part of Wisconsin's game plan, they had to slow her down a little bit. They have not done that. Those are staggering numbers.
Shade wins again at the net. It's 12-8 Florida. Boy, we've had 2 runs in this match. Florida with 6, Wisconsin with 8, Florida with 6.
And Coach Cook can only sit by and watch. He has no timeouts left.
Nina Foster serving again. Gators up by 4. Back set for Lee. The block is there. The Gators have scored 7 straight points and lead it 13-8. Boy, Uncle Mo now is wearing orange and blue. Passing error. Oh, and the Gators whiff it.
Side out, Wisconsin.
Side out Badgers. That's huge. That could have taken us right to game point. Oh, man.
Foster, fabulous job with her serve.
You're right. Great run by Foster. And now Mary Wise going to get a substitution. Sandra Rabosa's going to check in and give Foster a breather. Amy Lee with 14 kills and incredibly 7 aces, a career high. Make it 8.
That's exactly the position Wisconsin wants to be.